In a live stream, Atlus had said that Persona 5 was going to be delayed. Unfortunately, to many of us out there that have been looking forward to this. I say this while my camera is positioned right beside a wall scroll for Persona 5. I've talked about this game endlessly time and again here on this channel and been hyped through the fucking roof for it. And when I heard about the delay, I didn't get all angry or upset about it. Disappointed, most definitely, because I want to play this game as soon as humanly possible. But to me, if a company like Atlus is going to delay a game, that's absolutely fine. That means that they are taking the time to make sure that their first impression for everybody out there in the world who's going to experience this game is perfect. Considering I've seen the reviews from Famitsu who have gone on to say that this is arguably the best entry within the entire series, and probably one of the best damn RPGs to come around, period. That's a tall order. Now, Persona 5 being delayed is something that's being met with a lot of criticism from fans who are saying that clearly Atlus hates them, and they're a horrible company for doing that. Why would they ever do this? And bitching and complaining and pissing their pants and moaning and whining like the petulant little children that they are. And let me go and explain this to you. If you think for a single solitary second that a company like Atlus is the worst company in the entire world because you have no idea the definition of the fucking words that you use to go and express your disdain towards news like this, allow me to go and paint a fucking more realistic picture for you. They don't hate anything. At all. If they did, they would have closed up shop and pulled a fucking Konami. Do you want them to go and do something like that? That's truly showcasing that you have nothing but hatred for your entire fan base, let alone everything that built up the house that is Atlus. But look, them delaying this, look, localization in general is not an easy job. Okay, when you are tasked with the job of trying to go and translate a game from one region of the world to another, and you are trying to make this shit perfect, then yeah, shit like this happens. But nobody seems to ever give a fuck about those who are working behind the scenes trying to make sure that this shit happens. And Atlus even came forward and said, you want to know what? We're sorry about that. We know that's a big deal. We were going to offer you dual audio options for the language within the game. So the spoken dialogue in the game, you can actually have the original Japanese voice actors, and that shit is going to be free of charge. That's what they gave to say that they were sorry. Motherfuckers are still bitching and complaining. You were getting something additional, something a lot of people out there, I know tons of people that prefer the original voice cast of everything rather than dealing with any of the dub. I personally think that Atlus has done a phenomenal job of getting a proper English voice dubbing for many of their games out there, from the main characters to even the tiniest of roles out there, and Persona is absolutely no exception to that rule. But regardless of what your preference is of sub or dub or whatever the fuck it is, this game will be made available at the PlayStation Experience later on, which is in California, so all the way across the entire United States, so I won't get to try this shit out, but it'll be Japanese audio with English subtitles. So that's something right there, and I think that's kind of a big-ass deal. People will be able to go and try that shit out, and you're still complaining. I just don't fucking get this. They even made some Avatar shit and stuff available on PSN. People are still bitching. You have already been waiting 8 years. 8 fucking years since Persona 4 came out to get the next entry within this franchise. And you're telling me that, what, the month and a half, almost 2 months, that you have to wait additionally is going to kill you? Well, was that your Valentine's Day little date that you had planned with your fucking waifus and shit, and you really couldn't bear the thought of it being delayed? You're like, oh, I had candlelight dinner and fucking little thing of roses that were going to lead over to my television. I plopped my fat fucking greasy ass right the fuck down because I can't handle this. Atlus, you're horrible. People that say shit like this are the same ones who are still going out there and buying it, and they never think to themselves, wow, I think I might be overreacting at news like this. And again, you never take the time to think to yourself of the people that are working their fucking asses off to make this a reality for you. I already know for a fact that localizing an entire Japanese role-playing game is a arduous task. I mean, back in the day it was way fucking worse, but nowadays you got all the voice acting needs to be done. Everything that's in the menus needs to be done. You have to go in and reprogram an entire game. Do you know how much shit is involved with that? Of course you don't, because you don't work on the games. You just play them, and you as a consumer have this air of entitlement that needs to settle the fuck down. And if you think that I need to play the game just when it comes out, only when it comes out, and what will I do? There's other things coming out at that time. Look, I have a fucking backlog that's miles long, hundreds of games, thousands of games, through PC gaming, emulation, through actual physical means, through digital means. There's games out the ass for you to go and play. The entire retro gaming scene. How about last generation? I know damn well you didn't play every single fucking game that came out then. Want a good role-playing game? Pick up 3D Dot Game Heroes or Folklore from last generation. They cost jack shit, and that'll be able to go and fill that void for a short amount of time until you go and get this game's release. Trust me, that shit'll be just fine, and one of them's an Atlas title. See, there you go. AlphaOmegaSin is helping you the fuck out with recommendations. But this being delayed is not a big deal. One chance to make a first impression. When you fuck it up, everybody will bitch. And that's the thing that gets me the most. You'll bitch about them delaying the game, but if they brought this out and it was fucked up, you would bitch that they didn't delay the game so that they could go and fix it. You're a fucking hypocrite if you go and do shit like that. And I see far too many motherfuckers doing it. Persona 5 is going to be amazing. I already know that. I can't wait for the game to come out. I can't wait for any of the animes that are going to be based on this to come out. I can't wait for the fucking game. It's Persona. I've been enjoying this shit ever since Persona 2 Eternal Punishment on PlayStation 1, and going forward, I've been a big time fan. Hell, they got me hooked on the Shin Megami Tensei series in general. So, Persona 5 will be amazing. Quit fucking bitching. You got plenty of other games out there to fill your time until this game is released on the 4th. So, let's see. No, it's April, I'm sorry. So, April 4th is when it's officially going to be released over here in the West. Anyway. This is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on!